Hello, your ingredient of the day today is actually going to be a two-parter this week because there's a lot to say about this one, and it is hyaluronic acid. I think we all know how to pronounce it. Thank you to Eva Longoria and the commercial that will haunt my nightmares forever. The reason hyaluronic acid gets so much love is because it is a very powerful humectant. Humectants are ingredients that can bind water to themselves, and hyaluronic acid is one of the most powerful of those ingredients. It can bind 1,000 times its own weight in water. So to give you an idea what that looks like, 1 gram of hyaluronic acid would have the ability to bind 6 liters of water. So that's a whole lot of hydration. Now, where we have hyaluronic acid naturally is all throughout our body, but specifically in the skin, you can find it in the dermis, which is the deepest layer of the skin. Now, does that mean your topical hyaluronic acid is able to penetrate to your dermis? Absolutely not, and that's what is a little bit difficult about it, and I will go into that more in the second video in this series, where we'll talk about molecular weights and penetration. Something else that can affect your hyaluronic acid product is the climate that you're in. So that is an ingredient. It's a long chain of sugars. It's a polysaccharide chain. So it's like sticky sugars, like little sponges. They're looking to bind water to themselves, and they'll be looking for that water in the environment. So if you're wearing hyaluronic acid in Miami, congratulations, you will be hydrated. If you're wearing hyaluronic acid in a climate like mine here in Denver, Colorado, which is a very high altitude desert, that hyaluronic acid may be looking for water in the environment. It ain't gonna find any. Where it will find water is in your skin, and it may end up dehydrating you further if you aren't careful about application. I've certainly been there. In a previous life, I think I wore 6 layers of hyaluronic acid on any given day. My skin was extremely dehydrated. So we're going to talk about that more in the next video. But one thing that I find very kind of ironic about hyaluronic acid is even though it does not have the ability to penetrate super deep in the skin, it can assist with the penetration of other water-based ingredients. So you will see it often placed side by side with all kinds of other actives. In a formula, it doesn't react with those actives. But keep in mind that if you are using your hyaluronic acid product with something like a retinol, it may be driving that retinol a little deeper into the skin, and it could actually increase your irritation. Who knew? You might also have heard of hyaluronic acid because it is the key component of most dermal fillers. Lip fillers, cheek fillers, and the like are all comprised of usually cross-linked hyaluronic acid. Cross-linking just makes it a little bit longer lasting in the body, otherwise it is easily broken down. So stay tuned for video number 2 where we will discuss molecular weights of hyaluronic acid and penetration.